Calling All Authors, the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, hosted by Robert A. Lane, is on the air, featuring everything you need to know about narrating your own audiobook. But it doesn't stop there. From special guests, including authors and professionals from the book industry, to sharing tools and techniques needed to be a confident and compelling narrator. The journey starts now. So please welcome your host, Robert A. Lane.
And welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I am Robert A. Lane. I am an audiobook coach and producer, and I specialize in helping authors turn your book into an audiobook, which is a great thing to do, which is something that's so important to add to your arsenal of great products that you have to offer as an author. Remember, you are an author brand, and you need to love and embrace the fact that you are an entrepreneur. And being an entrepreneur is awesome. Being an author is awesome. And having a great product like your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, and especially your audiobook is such a great thing that you are giving to the world. Whether you're a nonfiction author or a fiction author, doesn't matter. You need to turn your book into an audiobook, and you can do it, and you have the tools to be able to do it. And we're going to dive into some of those tools, but we're going to focus on one thing. There's one thing that seems to be a barrier for some people, some authors. And actually, you know what? It's actually a barrier for a lot of people. And then we're going to talk about time management, right? Because the topic of the podcast, as I labeled it, is "Time is on my side," said no author ever. Time is on my side, right? So it reminds me of that Rolling Stones tune, "Time is on my side." Anyway, there are things that you can do to manage your time, to be better at being more efficient, because you need to be efficient. As an entrepreneur, you are the CEO of you. I love throwing out that catchphrase. You are the CEO of you. You are the boss of yourself, and the decisions that you make, they need to move your business forward. They really need to move your business forward. So managing time is one of the most important things that you need to be able to do as an author, whether you're writing your book or even doing the audiobook, because it all applies. It all applies. I've worked 30 plus years in the entertainment industry. And man, I can't tell you how many times that I've heard people say, "Yeah, man, I'm writing a script, or I'm writing my memoir," or, anything like that. And then I'm like, "Oh, great, man. So when are you going to have your book published? I'd love to read it." Or when are you going to have your script done? It'd be great to see it on the big screen. I've been working on it for the past, 7 years, the past 10 years. It's coming along. We'll get to it. And it's like, oh, okay. So in other words, you're going to be working on this script. You're going to be working on this book forever. You're not getting it done. And you really need to manage your time. Okay. You got to manage your time. It's so crucially important. Just in life in general, you need to manage your time. Now, you've probably heard, I know you know this, but you've probably heard this, I've heard this in coaching programs that I've done and all these things. They always say, you only have 24 hours in a day. It's like, yeah, I know. We all know that. And it's true, though. We do. We only have 24 hours in a day. And they say, how you manage your time is the difference between success and failure. So managing time really is super, super important. And we find ourselves, and I'm guilty of this as well, where we do busy work. We're doing things that are keeping us busy, but are they really moving our business forward? Are they really moving our writing of our book, our recording of our audiobook forward? Or is it just busy work? Well, that's something that you need to assess, because you can spend all this time doing something, but then it's like you feel like you haven't done anything at all and you haven't gotten anything accomplished. And that can be a little bit soul crushing, when you feel like you're doing something and then you're not seeing any results, or you're doing something and at the end of the day, you're like, wow, what did I do today? What did I accomplish today? And you look at your list and you're like, wow, okay, well, I didn't do that, and I didn't do that, and I didn't do that. Well, you got to manage your time. So I'm going to share with you The first thing is to do a time audit. And that's the most important thing. I'm going to give you the best first. It's not like watching those YouTube videos where they say, I'm going to save the best for last. Make sure you stay for the whole video because we got something great coming up. No, I want to share with you one of the best things that you need to do as an author and just in life in general, really. And that's do a time audit. Okay. Do a time audit. What is a time audit? How do you do it? Grab yourself a notebook, all right? Small notebook. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be keeping track of everything that you do for an entire 24-hour period. And you're going to do this for 3 days. Do it for 3 days. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh, wow, that seems like a lot of work, or I don't know about. Well, managing time, one of the key factors of being able to manage time well is discipline, right? You got to discipline. So discipline yourself to do this, because when you do a time audit and you look back and you review all that data that you've collected over the past 3 days, you will really be able to see where your time is going, where your priorities are, how you can change priorities around so that you are managing your time better. Because all of us can be successful in anything that we do, especially if you're an author. You can get that book written. You can get that audiobook recorded. I just finished working with an author who went through my audiobook coaching program. He started his audiobook 4 years ago, but then he finally said, you know what, let me get together with Robert and have him help me get this done. And you know what, we did it, and we did it fast. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't take you 4 years to record an audiobook. It should take you, 6 to 12 weeks. Seriously. And that's you recording and having it edited and uploaded for publication in Audible, Amazon, Apple, and any other distribution platform that you want to be on. You can get it done. So managing time is so crucially important. So let's get back to that time audit. What you're going to do is you're going to grab a notebook. Okay. From the moment you wake up, note everything that you do. All right. If you wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone and you're checking social media, then all right, great. Then write down how much time did you spend? Was it 20 minutes, a half an hour, an hour? And you get out of bed, you take a shower. It takes you 10, 15 minutes to take a shower, maybe a half an hour to get ready for work. Then you eat breakfast. How long is breakfast time? You cook breakfast, eat breakfast, another half an hour. Just jot down the times, okay? And don't think about it. In other words, don't be so conscious about it that you start altering what you do just to take some notes, because in that way you're not being honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself when you do a time audit. Okay, you got to be honest, right? So whatever it is, if you have to drive to work, or maybe you work from home, the time you spend working, the time you break, maybe you take a coffee break, maybe you got to jot down the time you take when you go for lunch, and then maybe your drive time to work and then from work, and then time that you spend watching TV or Netflix or YouTube or whatever, your downtime. You got to log all that time. And even the time that you spend sleeping, that counts too, because we're doing a full 24 hours. So you do that. You write it down. Go day 1, make your list. Day 2, make your list. And just live your life as you normally do it. Don't alter it because you need to have accurate data. After you do that for 3 days, go back and take a look and start adding up some time, like create categories. When I take breaks, how long are my breaks? What are my, work breaks and lunch breaks? Or maybe you can say, how much time do I spend eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner? How much time do I spend watching TV or Netflix? Or, how much time do I spend on social media? How much time do I spend sleeping? How much time do I spend with my family? How much time do I spend going out with my friends? Whatever it is, jot it down and start categorizing, because now you are starting to see the data, and the data is going to be showing you, wow, I actually spent roughly 3 hours a day on social media. I spent another 2 or 3 hours watching Netflix when I got home from work. or whatever it is. I spend, an hour eating dinner. So whatever it is. So now you can look at these times. Now prioritize, because there are things that you can do. Maybe you could cut back on your social media, cut back on vegging out on Netflix or whatever you're doing, watching YouTube or whatever it is. And then take that time and reprioritize it. Okay, I can actually take an hour from vegging out, watching TV, and I could apply that to spending an hour recording my audiobook. And it's amazing how much you can get done in that hour. So reassess your time. That's what a time audit is for. And that's why it's so great, because it really does show you everything that you need to do to change your time around to be more efficient. And that'll help you with writing your book. That'll help you with recording your audiobook. That'll help you with any project that you're doing. All right. So that's one thing. Okay. And that's a very important thing. Once you understand where your time is going and how you can reprioritize, then you will definitely be more efficient. Now, to help you be more efficient, you need to do a few more things that I want to share with you, which is going to help you tremendously with your time management. Okay. Discipline, as I mentioned, when you do your time audit, it does take some discipline, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal. You should be able to do that. Setting boundaries. Okay. Setting boundaries is important. If you are writing your book, if you are recording your audiobook, map out specific times that you're going to be working on that project. I'm going to take 2 hours, every other day I'm a night person. So from 8 to 10 p.m., or maybe I'm a morning person from 6 to 8 a.m., whatever the time is, lock that time in and make that time non-negotiable. If something comes up and there's a conflict with that time, whatever comes up is going to have to work around your schedule for recording your audiobook or for writing a book or doing whatever project that you're doing. Okay, you got to set boundaries. All right. And the next thing that will help you with time management is you need to eliminate distractions. So if you're writing your book, if you are recording, especially if you're recording your audiobook, get that cell phone out of here, right? Don't have it in the same room that you're recording in. Don't let that be a distraction. I've had authors who've had their phone next to them while they're recording, and then their phone goes off. Ping, ring, whatever. It's like, no, that's a distraction, and that's taking you out of your zone of where you should be when you are supposed to be recording. So again, very important to eliminate distractions. And here's another thing that I want to share with you. And this is this has been proven. Okay, this is a proven fact, and that is there is no such thing as multitasking. There really isn't, because your brain, the way your brain works, just like a computer, the way your brain works is you're really doing one thing at a time. And ultimately what you're doing is you're jumping from one thing to another, to another, to another. So you're not even giving yourself an opportunity to really get into that deep work mode that you need to be in when you're working on a project. That's why you only focus on one thing at a time. When you focus on one thing at a time, you know what happens? You get so much more accomplished. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Don't let people think or tell you that multitasking is a great thing, because it doesn't exist, and it's not true. Because what happens, again, is that you're not focused 100% on the task at hand, and that allows mistakes, and that allows subpar quality of the work that you could be doing if you focused on that one project at a time. You've heard of the Pomodoro effect, where you spend X amount of time focusing on one thing, then you take a break, then you go back. That's another method that you can utilize to help manage your time. And then the other thing that I want to share with you about time management is you need to just focus on that one thing. Okay, and create a list. Now, creating lists can be interesting. Okay, there are a couple of ways to do it. One thing is just doing a brain dump. And that could be helpful, right? If you get up in the morning, let's say, and you're like, I got this big list of things to do. And you just start jotting down everything. Whether it's a high priority or low priority, you just make this giant list. That's okay because now you have a reference, but use it as a reference. Don't let that be your main list because it's going to be overwhelming and you won't get anything done. That's just a fact. So make that list, all right? Now, from that list, you're going to pull not more than 5 things tops that you're going to accomplish for that day. What are the 5 most important things? What are the 5 top priority things that I need to get done for this day to move my business forward, to get my audiobook done, to finish writing my book, writing my script, painting that painting, writing that song, whatever it is. I know I'm talking a lot about creative things, but this applies to really anything that you do. All right. What is it that's going to move my business forward? All right. What are the 5 tasks that I need to do? Jot them down. Once you jot those down, prioritize. What is the one task that's on this list that's like, and I call it the ugly ogre. It's that ugly ogre. It's that thing that you keep putting off, that you keep procrastinating getting done. What is that one thing? You put that on the top of the list because when you start your day, you're going to hit that hardest thing and get it done. If it takes half your day, so be it. But the whole point is that once it's done, it's done. And that means that all those other things on your list are going to get done. And you're going to find that once you get that hard thing off your plate, not only does it mentally give you a huge amount of relief, but even physically, you always talk about, I feel like I had a giant weight lifted off my shoulders. Well, you feel it. And it's great to get that done. So do the hardest thing first, no matter how long it takes. Okay, don't put it off because you're going to end up being able to get those other 4 things done on your list. And you will also find that the day's not over yet. And you're like, wow, man, I got all the things done on my list. Let me go to my master list, right? That brain dump list that you made. Let me go back to that list and maybe I could pull a few things off of there and get some of those things done. And you end up getting more accomplished. Now, again, discipline is important. So you have to stick to those 5 things. All right. Stick to those 5 things that you need to do. Things will come up during the day. Okay. If it is something that takes longer than 60 seconds to accomplish, put it aside. Okay. Put it aside because again, you want to only focus on those 5 things that you want to get done. It's kind of like that non-negotiable thing when you're setting boundaries. Okay. If it's something that's an emergency, obviously you need to deal with it. But if it's something that takes longer than 60 seconds, put it aside. And when you're done at the end of the day, put it on a little Post-it or on a little note and stick it in a box. Then go to your box and grab these little notes and say, okay, maybe these are things that I can prioritize for the next day. And when you do make your list, and this is really important, do it the night before, okay? Because a couple of things happen. First of all, you're already planning your day for the following day. Have those 5 things you need to get done. As you sleep, and this is the great thing, your subconscious is thinking about these things that you need to accomplish. And you know what? Your brain is working as you're sleeping. And that's where we get a lot of great ideas. You wake up in the morning like, oh, wow, I just had an epiphany of how I can accomplish, my ugly ogre, right? This hard thing that I want to get done. And guess what? You get it done. So when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go. All right. You're ready to go. You got your list ready to go and you go for it. All right. So again, these are things that will definitely help you when it comes to time management. So take it to heart. You're an author. You're an entrepreneur. I don't consider any author who's written and published a book a hobbyist. So don't treat yourself and don't treat your business like a hobby. It's not. You're an entrepreneur. Love and embrace the fact that you are a professional writer. I don't care if you self-published or you went with a traditional publisher. It doesn't matter. You're a professional. So love and embrace that because that is a great thing. That is a great thing. Now, I'm a big advocate, of course, that all authors really do need to have an audiobook. But I say this, all nonfiction authors especially, you need to narrate your own audiobook because it's your story. Even fiction authors, It's still your story. You created it. So you should narrate it. And I know I've heard this a lot. It's a fiction book. I need someone else to do it. No, you don't. I'm working on a book right now, by the way, a fiction story, and it's actually a really good story. There's aliens and pandemic stuff and all this other great stuff that's in this book, and it's really an enjoyable story. But who's narrating it? The author. Is it a fiction story? Of course it is. Are there characters? Yeah, there's different characters. Who's narrating every character? The author. Does it work? 100% absolutely. 100%. Because she's telling the story. She's telling the story. You don't need to have, character voices for every single person that's in your book. It's the context that's important. And she's telling the story. And she's doing a fantastic job telling it. I'm totally enamored, and I'm just drawn into her story. It sounds great. And I'm really excited. We're going to have this audiobook done before the holidays. And man, it's going to be an awesome book. I'm so looking forward to it. And we're going to do 2 more books. She has three books that she wants to do. So I'm really excited to keep working with this author. But, again, you can do it. Another thing I've heard, I had another author not too long ago say, I wrote it. It's a children's story. I'm not going to narrate it. Why? Why not? Why aren't you narrating your children's story? You wrote it. You can still narrate it. It's your story. You wrote it. You lived it. You breathed it, especially if it's a memoir. If you're a coach or an entrepreneur or an educator or a teacher, and if you wrote a memoir, it's your story. No one can tell your story. No one can teach your coaching program better than you. That's why you need to narrate your own audiobook. So don't come up with excuses, okay? Don't come up with excuses. If you are putting something off, right? Unless you are developing the skill of or wanting to master the art of procrastination, which I would say 99.9999% of the people here don't want to be procrastinating all the time because we want to move and make progress with our career, our life, our authorship, whatever it is, right? Don't be a procrastinator. Get it done. Just get it done because you can. Again, you have the time. Yes, we have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we manage that time, and it's true, how we manage our time can make the difference between success and failure. And successful people know how to manage their time. Oh, and the other thing that I want to mention that will help you with your time is don't be afraid to ask for help. If you need help, ask for it. Like the author, I was working with this author who's doing his audiobook. Took him 4 years. He was still working on it until he came to me and we knocked it out because he was like, you know what? I need somebody who can help me get this done. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to invest in yourself and in your business. Okay? It's worth every penny, especially for your audiobook, because ultimately you're leaving your legacy in your own voice. What a great thing that we are able to do this, to tell our story from the source who wrote it, you, the author, to be able to express yourself and to preserve for generations your voice in your audiobook. That's a great thing. It's a great thing. That's why I say every author needs to narrate their own audiobook. All right. So you can manage your time. Do those things. Do your time audit. Figure where your time is. Make your list of 5, no more than 5 or less things that you need to do for that day. Set boundaries. Schedule time. Okay, I'm going to spend only 1 hour checking emails in the morning and maybe a half an hour at the end of the day. Stick to that. Okay. Manage your social media time. Manage your downtime. Prioritize your time so that you can do other things. That's how you manage your time. And remember, multitasking is not going to make things any better. Stick to one thing at a time because you're going to be creating a better product when you focus and get into your deep work mode. Do these things. They're incredibly helpful. If you have thought about, which I hope you have, turning your book into an audiobook, you really do need to do so. And I highly encourage you to reach out to me. There's more information about what I do as an audiobook coach and producer. My audiobook coaching program is called Your Book, Your Voice, just like the podcast. You can go to robertlanecoaching.com to find out more. In the description here, on your favorite podcast platform, and here also on YouTube and LinkedIn and everywhere else that this podcast goes, there are links there. Click on them, okay? Click on them. There's links about the VIP program that I teach, the do-it-yourself program that you can do your audiobook in. There's a free audiobook reference guide that I give to you as a gift. Grab it, all right? Do it. There's a lot of great things in the links in the description, so check them out. All right, turn your book into an audiobook. Do it, because you deserve to have your voice heard, and you're the best person who is most qualified to tell that story, right? Other narrators are great technically, but they didn't live your story. You did. So the way you express yourself is unique to you, and that is what allows you to stand out in a crowd. That is what your author brand is. And people will identify with you, and they will resonate with you, and they're going to be big fans of you because of who you are and because of your uniqueness. So preserve the integrity of your author brand, all right? And all of us can manage our time. All of us can manage our time, okay? So do it, all right? Do that time audit. I mean, still to this day, I still catch myself watching TV. I take a lunch break, then I end up like blowing 2 hours of just vegging out. It's like, oh, no, I can't do that. So I got to set my boundaries, and I got to be more disciplined, because I know that I can accomplish more things when I manage my time. And you can too. All right. So get that book written, and definitely turn that book into an audiobook. I would love to help you turn your book into an audiobook. Again, there's a link in the description to book a call. That's my calendar. Schedule a call. Let's talk. Let's go over your book. Let me tell you about the audiobook coaching program. Let me tell you about ways you can promote and market your audiobook. It's a great thing. So make that part of your arsenal of great products that represent your author brand. And as we wrap things up here on the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, I just again want to remind you your little assignment. And that is, when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them. Even give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make all the difference in the world for somebody who may be having a bad day, or maybe they're just going through a rough time. Be kind, my friends. We need more positivity out in this world. I'm Robert A. Lane. You are listening or watching, depending, to the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. We're here every Wednesday doing this live at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the Robert Lane Coaching YouTube channel and on LinkedIn Live. And of course, those of you listening to the podcasts on all the other platforms, you can always join us live if you want, or you can always listen to the podcasts here on your favorite distribution platform. All right, my friends, have a fantastic week. And we'll be talking to you next week on the Your Book, Your Voice podcast.
This has been Your Book, Your Voice with host Robert A. Lane. Tune in each week for another powerful and informative episode. And remember, only you can narrate your story the way it's meant to be heard.